This is the 2023 Hyundai Kona Limited. It's an all-wheel drive model, and we're going to answer the question, what do you get for the sticker price of $32,410? Well, one thing you definitely get is a fun and nimble ride. It's quick, it gets down the road, especially when you have the 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder that is optional. And we do have that here under the hood. Now, there are two engine options. What we have here with the 1.6-liter, or if you want naturally aspirated, there is also the 2-liter four-cylinder, but there is a difference in horsepower. So let's dive in and see exactly what you can expect to find. Overall, you definitely have a sporty look here, especially with the front end, but really from front to back. With the front end, we can see the sloping lines of the hood, a nice looking nose area there. You do have the active air curtains right here that are going to allow air through the front end right here and help to improve gas mileage. You've got the LED daytime running lights and the blinker right here, LED headlights, and just a nice overall look with what we have with the grill sizes being really perfectly proportioned for upper and lower on this vehicle. And the good thing that I like here is that you don't have gloss black on the front end. So what that means is that it's going to stand up better to taking a beating when you're driving down the road as far as rocks and debris and all that kind of stuff as well. Heated power adjustable but manually folding side view mirrors with turn signal indicators built in. And a real quick look here at your proximity key. You're going to have lock, unlock, remote start. I know a lot of you really like that. And the panic button right down there as well. And then looking at what we have here, a lot more of the black here. Again, it's not gloss black. I think that fits here. The same thing with the roof rails. You do have the conventional size sunroof up here. Tell me, would you like to see a panoramic instead? And then right back here, it might look like this is actually cosmetic, but these are vortex generators. They're going to help to improve the aerodynamics of the vehicle. And just really an overall nice look here, even with the rear roof spoiler. The one thing I would change if it were me is to have a black, maybe a gloss black roof antenna as far as the shark fin antenna goes. And you do have the rear roof or the rear window wiper. It's not a rear roof wiper, is it? Yes, I'm going to correct myself on that one. You can laugh, it's okay. You can laugh at me and not with me. I would love to see this rear window wiper concealed in the rear spoiler right here, just to kind of clean this area up a little bit. But that's me as an automotive journalist. Just, it is what it is. Not a big deal for most people. LED taillights, again, a nice overall look. Just with the direction that everything flows here, it looks like it's already in motion. And then the turn signal indicators built in down here that definitely do a good job of not only looking nice, but letting people around you know what you're doing. And then again, with the rear here of the vehicle tastefully designed, you know, it really looks nice because you don't have any exhaust out in the open back here. So it really kind of cleans things up, because this isn't meant to be a high performance vehicle necessarily, although that 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder definitely gives it a fun and enjoyable drive with all-wheel drive as well. So there's a lot of advantages there. Let's talk a little bit more about numbers as we open the hood. If you are not a fan of turbocharged engines and you would like to have a naturally aspirated combination under the hood, there's the 2-liter engine that does come naturally aspirated. 0.6-liter turbocharged engine. What are the differences in horsepower with the 2-liter? 147 horsepower. Here, with this engine combination, the 1.6-liter turbo, 195 horsepower and 195 pounds-feet of torque. Power is ultimately put to the ground through all-wheel drive. These are 235 on the width and 45 on the sidewall size. As far as your tires go, wrapped around 18-inch wheels. A really nice look that kind of mimics the look of those headlights and everything we have around the vehicle. It just fits. And then we're going to have the MPGs that are very important, obviously, especially in this day and age. 27 city, 32 highway, 29 combined, and 3.4 gallons of gas for every 100 miles you drive. And to make that a little bit easier to understand, as far as that 3.4 gallons of gas for every 100 miles driven, when you fill up, you have a 13.2 gallon gas tank. And something I think a lot of you probably like here is that you don't have the capless fuel fill. Now let me show you a little something here too that you might like. Let me open or pull the remote out of my pocket. There it is right there. So there's lock, unlock, remote start. I know you like that. And the panic button right there. And as you noticed, I don't know if you noticed or not, I did push or pull the release to open this, so people can't just get into your gas tank and put anything in there or anything like that. You do have the heated and power adjustable but manually folding side view mirrors with turn signal indicators built in. And as far as the cargo capacity goes, 19.2 to 45.8 is what you will find. Quite a bit of space here. The nice carpet here to protect the carpet underneath with the Kona logo right there. And to maximize your cargo capacity, all you're gonna do is come right here and just use that release, and well, you can fold everything flat. And one more thing I did want to show you. When you saw the undercarriage shot of the Kona earlier, you might have noticed there was no spare tire underneath the vehicle. Well, it really wouldn't fit very well underneath, but there is the spare tire and all the tools to change it, so you know you don't have a tire repair kit here or anything of the like. I know a lot of people don't like the tire repair kits. I don't blame you for not liking those tire repair kits. And looking at the passenger side rear door, you're gonna have the soft touch materials to make for a nice comfortable armrest. And here's what we have with the door bin. It looks like it's pretty small. It is fairly deep. You can put a nice sized bottle in there and some snacks if one desired to. And we'll hop inside here and take a look at what we have. A bit of a rear seat pocket, more of a net material right there. Now you only have the one USB port back here. There should probably be at least two, maybe three, because you have seating for three. But when there are not three people back here, well, you had the fold down armrest with cup holders built in. And I showed you the sunroof earlier. Let's take a look at what that looks like from this point of view. Again, what would you rather see? Conventional size, or maybe a panoramic that comes back further? And here in the front seat, through the passenger side door, again, the same soft touch materials, but a little bit of space right here for storing whatever, maybe some snacks that are hidden away. And if somebody in your life is a door bin snob and they're gonna be a passenger here, they're gonna want to call shotgun because you have a larger space for a bottle or a blender bottle of protein powder or pre-workout, whichever. And some snacks right here, the beef jerky, the protein bars, maybe even a bag of Skittles to replenish those carbs burned during the workout. The Kona logo down there on the floor mat gives it a nice touch. And the comfortable seats here, these on the passenger side, what you have here on the passenger side is manually adjustable, but on the driver's side, it is power adjustable. And a nice, well, we'll say modern look here with the overall design of the dash from one side to the other. You will have the gloveless glove box right here. Never any gloves in there, but it is a gloveless glove box. It is the glove box, though. That's what people call it. And so if that's what you call it, you probably keep your gloves in there. I don't know how many pairs you could fit, but I guess you could. And then we're going to have USB connectivity here. We're going to have another USB right there, a 12 volt. And yes, you do have wireless charging here on the limited trim level. That's right, for less than $33,000. And the conventional shifter, I know a lot of you don't like the push button shifters, so that's nice. You obviously can see what we have here. Heated seats for the driver and the passenger. And your mode selector, I'll show you what those modes are when we hop into the driver's seat. You can turn the idle stop or auto stop start feature off there. Your power parking brake and brake hold mode, you activate that if you don't know what that is. You come to a complete stop. The brakes stay engaged when you take your foot off the pedal until you push the gas pedal again. So you can have a lot of advantages in a lot of different ways. And the cup holders here, and then down inside of the center console, you can see the space that you have in there. There's a reasonable amount for an SUV of this size. And not much different here on the driver's side than what we saw on the passenger side, other than the fact that you have controls for all four windows, door locks, window locks, all that good stuff is here. And the controls here for the power side view mirrors. You do have an adjustable, tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel here. If you want to turn traction control off or back on, you can do that. You can kind of see what else is here, I believe. Pretty easy to figure out. But I'm going to reach over here and hit the push button start, and we'll get things going here. Let you see what happens when that digital instrument cluster comes up, the 10.25-inch instrument display. And I told you that I was going to show you via this knob right here what your driving modes are. So here we go. Let's start with normal. We're going to go into Sport right there. I think that's the best looking, and then Smart. So which one do you like the most? Tell me why that is. And the infotainment screen. A very nice looking screen here, by the way. You can pair your phone and do all that good stuff. Everything here makes things real easy to use, real easy to learn. There is a lot here, but very simple. And you can go to Map right there if you want to. Just push that, or you can do it on the screen itself. But that way you know that the navigation is built in, or Map is built in. And then navigation here, it's kind of interesting because you have Map and you have navigation. Navigation is actually going to help you to get around on the screen and show you what all you have there. And then obviously, I think you know what else is there. Your single zone climate control, but in an interior of this size, I think that's going to work just fine. You can make all your adjustments here depending on where you want the air to flow and different things like that. And like I said, heated seats. It'd be nice to have ventilated on a day like this when it's rather warm outside in Northwest Louisiana. Yep, that's right. A lot of you are probably salivating right now. On January 3rd, it's 68 degrees right now. And there is your turn signal indicator. That means you're letting people around you know what you're doing. And I don't have to say anything sarcastic about the window wipers or the front or rear window wiper control right there, because you use that anyway. And then obviously you've got all your controls here, cruise control, and then you can go through different features here and voice commands and seeking and going through radio, changing volume, all that good stuff. A very nice and comfortable steering wheel here, by the way. And last but not least, as far as the interior goes, well, there is our view with what we have as far as the rear view camera goes. And you do have a couple of different options here as far as different features you can go through right there. Different views. If you were backing up to something and want to know how close you were and didn't want to hit maybe a curb behind you or something like that, that'll help you to see it. But you also, as you can see right here, also have the indicators that'll let you know alerts and tell you what's going on back there and beep at you and do all that good stuff. We also have the vanity mirrors right here with the fold down sun visors. And yes, they do go back far enough to take care of everything. Unless you're seeing the sun through this little area right here. That's kind of hard to deal with, I guess, because, well, it just is what it is. I don't know. Somebody could really revolutionize the car industry if they fixed that, possibly. All right, let's get out on the road for our test drive and see how much fun it really is to drive this Kona with 195 horsepower under the hood. I'm going to tell you what, it's getting down the road with no problem. And guess what? You don't have that droning of a CVT here. I know for a lot of you, that might be the decision maker for you, whether or not it has a CVT, because a lot of the competitors of the Kona do have a CVT as opposed to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. If you're wondering what exactly is a dual clutch transmission, well, essentially it's a computer controlled manual transmission. So it functions like an automatic, but it's actually a manual transmission. So kind of an interesting thing. I hope I explained that as simply as I could. Somebody could probably do a better job of that. But anyway, whatever the case is. And if you live in an area where it snows a lot, maybe doesn't get super duper high, but having all-wheel drive is obviously going to make such a difference as far as being able to get around. So there's a big benefit to the Kona right there. So the thing handles great. I'm not in an area where I can really go through any twists and turns today, but just making that little corner right there, it was somewhat minimal body roll. I got a little bit, I didn't take the corner super aggressively, but at the same time, I can still just tell it has great handling characteristics. Now, what about the overall ride quality? Well, it's comfortable. You're going to surrender a little bit of ride quality for that great handling. Things are a little bit more stiff for that purpose, or that reason, I should say. But at the same time, it's really not bad. It's easily bearable. I think that this Kona would be a very nice vehicle to take on a nice long road trip. Now let's talk technology for a minute, because I know there's people out there who are saying, Tom, I'm still driving a 1990 Ford Taurus or Mercury Sable or something like that. It doesn't have an infotainment screen and all the different driving modes and all the different features that you have there. So thankfully we do have brakes here, even though I kind of slowed down a little bit, but thanks to our friend right here that just decided to pull right on out. I wish you could see behind me because there's nobody for about a quarter mile back there, but they didn't think about that. Okay, sorry, distracted by a bad driver. But the technology here is very easy to learn, very easy to use. And remember, we live in the information age, and right now, you're on YouTube, the place where you can learn about all the technology here and everything you need to know. So really, it's a win-win situation. You can't go wrong. Don't be afraid of it. And for those who say, oh, that's just more stuff to break, that's why you have a warranty. Hyundai has an awesome warranty on all of their vehicles. So you really can't go wrong. A fun car to drive. If you're having a bad day and you just want to go out and drive spiritedly and blow off some steam out in the country or something like that, boy, this is a great vehicle to do that with. Everything looks modern and nice. It's just a fun vehicle overall, and it's also very practical at the same time. So tell me what you think down in the comments section. Is this 2023 Hyundai Kona Limited all-wheel drive worth the sticker price of $32,410, and do you think you get enough? It really seems in a lot of ways as if you get more than you pay for here. That isn't the case with every single vehicle. So tell me what you think and tell me why you answered the way that you did. Gotta say a special thanks to my friends at Morgan Hyundai. It's Kona for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.